Hi, this is Murray from Second Time Tech, and today I am going to first start off with an apology. I did not get my video up yesterday like I said I was going to, but I had a bit of a problem. I had a technical problem. My big technical problem was I didn't have a working computer, so I wasn't able to do the audio, I wasn't able to do the audio editing, and I wasn't able to do the video editing. So I decided to keep on working and get it done as soon as I can. And luckily enough, today it all came together and I've got two of my systems working. And so what I thought I'd do is I thought I would just go over the systems that I have and what I changed them into, I guess would be the best thing. So I'm just going to say like what's in each system. Now this is the first system that I have, which is right here. And inside this system, there's an Intel i5 7400, and it uses the Intel CPU cooler that came in the box. And it has 8 gigs of DDR4 2400 megahertz RAM. And it has just the internal Intel HD Graphics 630. That's what's built in on the i5 7400 chip. And the motherboard is an Asus Prime 250M-A. And that motherboard is actually pretty nice. It actually has 2 M.2 slots in it, which is actually pretty decent for a micro ATX case. Not case, but micro ATX motherboard. I was quite pleased with that. And it has a 120 gig SSD drive by Kingston. It's an A400. And it has a 1 terabyte Western Digital Blue hard disk drive. It has an EVGA 80 plus power supply. And this is a Roseville mini tower case. And on the top it has, of course, the power button and the reset button and the headphones and the microphone jack. And on the top it's got 2 USB 2 ports. And on the side it has 1 USB 3 port. And it also has Microsoft Windows 10 Home Edition. That's what's on this one. And that was one that I had finished today. So now I'll get the next one. Now, this is the next case that I did. And it still needs to be cleaned up a bit, as you can tell. And it's a little bit dusty, and I gotta get the covers on it. But that's pretty much... Oh, and I gotta get the SSD drive in there. But pretty much, other than that, it's done. It has an AMD Ryzen 5 2400G. It's got the Wraith Spire cooler. And it has 16 gigabytes of DDR4 2666 megahertz RAM. And of course the graphics that's inside of it is the Vega 11 AMD graphics. And the motherboard that's in there is an MSI B350M Pro VDH motherboard. I remember one other of the, well, not one, but quite a few of the other YouTube providers or content providers, they always talk about how long some of the names are, and they're kind of getting kind of ridiculous. It has a 120 gig SSD drive in it also, and it's another Kingston A400. And it also has the 1 terabyte hard disk drive, Western Digital Blue. Now this one has a 500 watt 80 plus bronze power supply. and it has it's a Master 5 mid-tower case, and it's made by Cooler Master, and it has Windows 10 Pro, and I also have on it Office Pro 2016. So that's what I've got on this one, and like I say, there's still a few more things to do on that, but I've got 2 systems working, so it's not too bad. My big beast of a system, and on this one, there's my AMD Ryzen 7 1700, and it has the Deepcool Captain 240EX AIO, and it has the 16 gigabyte DDR4 3600 megahertz RAM, and it's the Samsung BDI RAM. It has an MSI Armor RX 580 4 gigabyte overclocked graphics card. It has the Asus ROC B350F Strix motherboard. It has the 480 gigabyte NVMe SSD, and that's by Kingston. It's a KC1000 model. And it also has a 1 terabyte hard disk drive, Western Digital Blue. It has an EVGA 600 watt 80 plus bronze power supply. And the case is a Roseville Culligan, and that's a mid-tower case, and it actually has blue LEDs on it, on the 3 fans on the front and the one in the back. This one's actually up and running too. I just don't have it plugged in. I had it in the den and I brought it in here just to have it here so I could show you what I was doing. And this one has the one with the fan over the RAM and the motherboard. That was a nice little thing there that Corsair gave for the memory kit. And it has Microsoft Windows 10 Pro, and it also has Microsoft Office Pro 2016 on it also. So that's this case, or system I should say. And then now for my last system. And this is the last system that I have. It's the one I'm working on right now. I just wanted to show you that it wasn't completely done, but actually this is the one that I'm using right now. And this is going to be my new computer for the studio. So I'm just going to take a second and turn it a little bit so that you can see the inside of it rather than all the junk on the outside. I just didn't have time to do all the cable management yet. I don't know how much you can see of that, but hopefully you can see some of it. So inside of this one, I've got my AMD Ryzen 5 1400. I have it overclocked to 3.7 gigahertz, which is the equivalent of a 1500X, if I'm not mistaken. And I put the Master Liquid 120 in there for the AIO, for the cooler. That seems to be the best cooler that I have, so it's kind of nice. And the TDP on that CPU is actually really low. I think it's 65. It might be a little less than 65, but I think it's 65 watts. Now, the memory that I have in it right now is the memory that's going to be in System 2. That was the one that I said that had 16 gigabytes of DDR4 3200. I'm sorry, 2666 megahertz. That's what's in here right now, but I am getting 3200 megahertz RAM, and it's going to be the Samsung BDI again. And the graphics card I got in here for the time being is my old Asus GTX 470. It's does pretty good for what I want. It's only about half as fast as the 1700, but it's still pretty decent. So I want to see how it works anyway. I do plan on getting the Ryzen 3 whenever it comes out. That's kind of like what I'm setting it up for. I put the Asus Crosshair 6 Hero motherboard in this one. And I don't have it yet, but I'm getting it on Monday. It's the 250 gigabyte NVMe SSD. It's a Samsung 960 EVO, and that's going to be my boot drive. And then I have a 256 gigabyte SSD, the SanDisk Ultra 2. I have another 256 gigabyte SSD, is the Recordata i6. And then I also have a 3 terabyte HDD in there, which is the Toshiba P300. So I'm kind of getting this one ready so that I can upgrade it to what I want it to be within the next 7 or 8 months. So I'm going to be playing around with a few things. Now, it has the Seasonic 520 watt power supply in it. And this is a Thermaltake case. And it's a mid-tower. And it has Windows 10 Pro. And it also has Microsoft Office Pro 2016 on it also. Plus a whole bunch of other programs. Now, like I said, I have to finish 2 of the computers, which this is one of them. And the other one is that second system. The other 2 are done. As you can tell, well, actually I don't know if you can tell or not. I'm still working on my set. So I'm trying to do a few things. Still haven't got my new desk yet, but I'm looking around for one. And I'm going to try to move things around a little bit so I'm not so crowded in the corner over here. Now, again, I'd like to say sorry that I was late with my video. I was trying to get it up there yesterday, but like I said, it just didn't happen because I didn't have a computer. And now I've got 2. Well, 3 working. Sorta. Anyway, that's all I have for today. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up. And if you didn't, hit the thumbs down. And subscribe if you like the content of the video. And if you want notifications, you have to hit the bell now. So you decide what you want to do. I do want to wish everybody a wonderful week. Thank you very much for watching and listening.